Hello everyone, how you are doing today? Compliments of the season. So it's your girl Exploring Nenye. So I'm here today to talk about this fully funded scholarship from University of New Brunswick. If you're seeing me for the first time, I'm Exploring Nenye, and on my channel, I talk about everything travel, everything scholarships and studying around the world in different parts of the world. So in today's video, I'll be talking about the University of New Brunswick scholarships. They have different types of scholarships, a lot of scholarships that they are offering on in the new academic section. Okay. They have scholarships for undergraduate students, they have for master's students, they have for PhD students. So whatever it is you're coming for, undergraduate, master's, PhD, you're covered, all right? So if you have any questions, drop it in the comment section and I'll do my best to reply to you, okay? I'm waiting for more people to come in so that I can show you. I want to flip my camera to show you my laptop and for you to see these scholarships live for yourself. Okay, let me flip my camera so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is the first scholarship. This is for undergraduate awards, all right? The Tri-Council Undergraduate Students Scholarship Guide. Now you can scroll down here and see some of the information that you can get from here. This is the program overview. The value is $6,000. Apart from this scholarship, there are other scholarships that as an international student that you can apply for, okay? So you scroll down to see what this award entails. This is the special funding initiatives. You can click on this to see that, and this one as well. This is this is how the scholarship is broken down. The first is $5,000, while the second is $1,000, and you're automatically considered. There's no separate application for you to be considered, all right? Then this is the eligibility criteria. You have to read or meet up all eligibility requirements for the NSERC USRA program. And then this is the application process. It's not easy. For the eligibility, you just need to click on this link, all right? I won't be going into it because that I'll be talking about both for master's and undergraduate studies. So you have to access the link, and when I drop it in the comment section or in the description, you access the link and apply. This is application process. Of course, for any application process, you need all your documents like your transcripts, your certificates, right? Unofficial transcript is accepted. Then after you've been given an admission, then you will provide the official copy. Remember I said that this particular one remember I said that for this one, you're automatically considered, all right? They will go through your application documents after you have applied to the University of New Brunswick. They'll go through your admission documents and see if you qualify. So if you qualify for it, then you'll be given the scholarship. When you have obtained all of your transcripts, you begin your application, all right? This is the video tutorial or the written instructions for you to follow. Then see, this is the, submitting your application and all that. Now for master students, this is the Tri-Council Master Scholarship Guide. You scroll down to see the award value. You click on this link. This is $27,000 for 12 months. Masters in Canada is always 2 years, right? So for 1 year, you're receiving $27,000. The next year, you're receiving $27,000. This equals to a total of $54,000 for 24 months. All right, this is huge if you ask me. Then for additional funding pools, you can click here, see some of that. This is for international students. Remember, as an international student, you also qualify for that. So you can scroll down here to see some other scholarship programs. Then for eligibility, you click on this link and click on this to see that. All right. Then for the selection criteria, you click here, scroll down here. The first selection criteria will be based on your academic transcripts, your academic excellence as demonstrated by your past academic results, your transcripts, awards, and distinctions. The first one is your academic excellence. Okay, for indicators of academic excellence, the first is academic record, scholarships and awards that have been previously held, duration of previous studies, type of program and courses pursued, course load, and relative standing if possible. Then the second is research potential. This will be given for your academic excellence. You will have 50% for that, depending on what your GPA is. Then for research potential, you will have 30% for that. They will take into consideration the quality and originality of contributions to research and development, relevance of work experience and academic training to field of proposed research, significance, feasibility, and merit of proposed research, judgment and ability to think critically, ability to apply skills and knowledge, initiative and autonomy, research experience and achievements, relative to expectations of someone with your academic experience. Then the next is personal characteristics and interpersonal skills, your work experience, leadership experience, your project management, which is including organizing conferences and meetings. We are talking about the University of New Brunswick scholarship. These are the requirements. We've seen the eligibility criteria, all right? You need, we are looking at the eligibility criteria right now. Then the scholarship covers you for 2 years, for the full duration of your program, your master's program, which is 2 years. And the scholarship amount is $27,000. That is what the scholarship amount is, or what you'll be receiving. All right. Drop your comments in the comment section. Okay, let's move on. Where did I stop? Okay, this is it for eligibility criteria or the selection criteria. Now for the application process, you click here to see the application process. Okay, it's a very simple process. It's not that hard. We are talking about the University of New Brunswick scholarship for international students and domestic students. The first one, the Tri-Council scholarship, equals $27,000. That is what you are receiving in your first year. In your second year, you're also receiving $27,000 as an international student, okay? But before you do that, before you receive this scholarship, you must have applied for admission, okay? This scholarship is automatic consideration. You don't need a separate application for that. So you must have applied for admission. They will go through your document. These are the marks, how they will award you marks. Your personal characteristics, interpersonal skills is going to award you 20%. Then for research potential, that one is 30%. And for academic excellence is 50% for academic excellence. All right. So you scroll down here to see the application process. You will have to, eligible students can apply to up to 3 institutions for this Tri-Council scholarship. You can apply to up to 3 institutions, right? This is called the Tri-Council Scholarship. You can apply to up to 3 institutions by completing and submitting an application within the research portal. So you click on this to be able to do that. So you have to include your Canadian Commons CV. If you don't know how to do the Canadian Commons CV, you click on this link to see that, all right? Then you need a completed application form, which you'll find on their research portal here. Then you need a summary of your proposal. This is for master's students. For undergraduate students, they also have their own award, which was the first thing I talked about for master's students at the University of New Brunswick. Now you submit your bibliography and citations, special circumstances, if there's any, then you submit your transcript as well, all right? Then scroll down to see more. Okay, the next is your references. So that is it for the application documents. If you don't understand anything, please ask me in the comment in the live chat, okay? These are for application process. Then this is for your documents, what you'll be needed for the submission, to submit for admission or to apply. The scholarship is worth $27,000 at the University of New Brunswick. So if you're just joining us, I'm exploring and I talk about everything, travel, scholarships, and study in different parts of the world. So this particular scholarship is coming from University of New Brunswick. The deadline to apply, I forgot to mention that the deadline to apply is on the 27th. For the first round is on the 16th of July, right? Then the second round is in March, okay? Then for transcripts, you click on this to see. Then if you need a detailed look at how to complete the application process, you have to check out the programs, resources, and guides here. Then this is instructions on how to submit your application. So you need an up-to-date and official transcripts of all undergraduate and graduate studies, and this must be included in the application. All right. Then the timeline, this is the deadline. The deadline for application is to be submitted. The deadline for applications to be submitted is December 1 annually, all right? Then you have to also check this. You have to check this timeline of events. There are other, they also have different rounds, like I talked about. They have the different rounds of deadlines. Then these are additional resources that you can find here. Okay, you need to also go through this, how to apply using the research portal. You go through that, and you also, hi, Christian, you're welcome. Good evening, Christian, you're welcome. So click here to see the program information. So this is it for, I don't want to, okay, this is it for the master's scholarship. Then for PhD, that's doctoral scholarships, you come here and scroll down. This is the selection process. All right. This is the selection process. You can read that up so that I don't take much of your time. This scholarship is fully funded. All right. It does not need a separate application. You can scroll down here, see the eligibility criteria. Okay, let's first of all see the value of the scholarship. Click on the award value. So you'll be awarded $40,000, all right? $40,000 per year for 3 years. PhD in Canada is 3 years, okay? If you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. Drop it on the live chat, all right? Christian, you're welcome. So for 40, for this amount, you're receiving it every year. All right. If you don't understand, please ask me in the comment section. You're receiving $40,000 every year. So in your first year, you're receiving $40,000. Second year, you're receiving $40,000. That's $80,000. Then in your third year, you're receiving $40,000 again. I just want to like explain it this way so you can understand. So which is a total of, okay, yeah, I'll do that. All right. I'm going to do that shortly. Thank you so much. I'm going to do that shortly. So this is for 3 years, and you're receiving a total of $120,000. Okay, you scroll down here to see other additional funding pools that you can apply to. Christian, have you started your application process yet to Canadian schools? These are other funding pools as well for NSERC and for SSHRC. They have different types of scholarships that you can apply for or you can qualify for. This is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third one, and then the one we are talking about is the Tri-Council scholarships. All right, this is the application process for the CIHR scholarship. This is the second one and the third one. Let's see. So this is additional funding pools. For this one, you'll receive $10,000 for the Allen D. Rose Fellowship, and then for the Queen's Fellowship, you're receiving $10,000. And then for this last one here, you're receiving $10,000. Then the next one is the CIHR. You click on this to see that. Okay. If you don't know how to do the Canadian Common CV for graduate students that's masters and PhD, you click on this link. Let me click on it so you can see what it looks like. I'll come back to that. This is very important. This Canadian Common, what was it? Okay, this the Common CV, the Canadian Common CV is very important. So if they ask you to prepare your CV according to that, you have to do that. All right. If not, your application will be rejected. So you have to prepare your CV following this format. I think my network is a bit slow. We'll come back to that. So you have to, you need this CV, you need this application form, a complete application form. Christian, where have you been applying to? Which country? Is it in Canada or Australia, or is it UK? Where have you been applying to? And what are you applying for? Is it BSc or Masters? What are you applying for? Then the next one is that you need an official copy of all post-secondary transcripts. All right. Then you scroll down to see other things. You can see, okay, this is basically the application process for all these other types of scholarships. For this one, you need a completed form 201. You click on this link to see that. Then you need your equity, diversity, and inclusion considerations in your research process. You need your transcripts, your reference letters, and signatures. The next one is this. You click here and see that as well. You need your application profile, your program information, your research proposal, bibliography and citations, your diversity consideration in research design module. Okay. How can you UK and USA? If you're applying in UK, you should have a very good chance of getting an admission. So what's going on? What's happening? What is going on? If you're applying to UK, you should have like a better chance of getting an admission. For USA, you need to look for schools. The first thing you need to do is to look for schools, except if you can pay for their application fee, fine. But if you don't want to like waste your money yet, like in applying for admissions, what you can do is to look. There are so many schools in USA offering fee waivers. All right, some are even, you can apply for free. Some are offering fee waivers to international students, but you need to apply for the fee waiver. Some you are automatically considered. So these are the things you need to put into consideration before you apply to schools in USA. Then for UK, which schools are you applying to? How are you not getting admission in UK schools? Most of the people I know, they all got their admissions. So what's going on? Then the last for this scholarship is your refreeze. Okay, you need your refreeze. It's very, very important in graduate applications. All right. Okay. Now this is the selection criteria. You scroll down here. This is for your research potential. You'll be given 50% mark for that. Scroll down here. For your relevant experience, achievements obtained within and beyond academia, you'll need 50%, okay? Then let's see the last one. Okay, that was the last one. All right. Then this is additional resources. This is the timeline. That's the deadline. All right. For you to apply for this application. Most applications are ending in, right, this January 16th for the first round. Then the second round is ending in June. Yeah. The second round is ending in June. Okay. Excuse me. Christian, I don't know if you got what I asked you. I asked and what I said about USA schools. And then for UK schools, is it master's? Okay, you said you're applying for MSc program. So how are you not getting that? I'm still wondering how you're not able to get an offer. Okay, you said you are applying, but you haven't gotten a good offer. A good offer, is it in terms of the admission, like getting an admission or what? Please help me understand. Okay, so we have seen the application documents for undergraduates, we've seen for masters, we've seen for doctoral scholarship. And at the University of New Brunswick, there are some programs that will require you to secure a supervisor, all right, before you apply for admission. Whereas others, you don't need to secure a supervisor. For MSc programs, you can just like apply, and then when you get the admission and everything, when it's time after your coursework, then a supervisor will be assigned to you. So I'll be dropping this link in the description box. This is for masters, this is for doctoral, and this is for undergraduate awards. All right. So for this scholar, okay, this is the deadline for this particular scholarship. The Tri-Council scholarships, they always have 2 rounds, January round and June, okay? Then for this one, this is current graduate student scholarships. You need to submit an application and apply by June 1, that's the 1st of June. The first round is January 26th, and okay, the second round is March 16th. So you scroll down to see other things. Then for new graduate students, you can click here. The first deadline is still January 26th. You click here to see that. This is for University of New Brunswick. We've seen the undergraduate awards, the master's awards, and doctoral awards. Doctoral awards, you're receiving $40,000 per year. If you have any questions, please drop it in the live chat. If you have any questions. Now, if you're ready with all of your application documents, you click on this to apply. So let's see, let's click on international and see what we can find there. Excuse me. Okay, so you scroll down to this page. This is now the University of New Brunswick official website. Excuse me. So you click on academic programs. If you haven't seen the programs that University of New Brunswick is offering, you click on that. Then this is application requirements. Okay, for international students, you scroll down here and see some of that. This is the step. Okay, this is for those who have gotten an admission. You click here to read instructions on how you can obtain your PAL and study permits. Okay. Christian, where are you from? Are you from Nigeria or you're from Christian Jonah? Where are you from? If you are from Nigeria, I would have asked you, oh, what you can do is this. If you're from Nigeria, all right, you get this offer from UK. We have different bodies in Nigeria offering scholarships to international students. Okay, Nigeria, better. You can apply for admission, apply as early as possible, all right? Like if you're coming for September intake, September 2026, you must have started in the previous year for a school that delays their application process or admission process, all right? But if you're coming for let's say, okay, let me say, for example, you're coming for September intake, you start now, that's in the UK, you start now, submit your application. When you receive your offer letter, you apply. There are different bodies in Nigeria where you can like apply and get a scholarship. There are different bodies in Nigeria who are sponsoring or offering scholarships to international students, okay? Like the first one, we have PTDF scholarship. They offer scholarships to international students who are going to UK, Germany, I think China. I'm not too sure of China, but I'm sure of UK, I'm sure of Germany, I'm sure of France. So you can apply for PTDF scholarships, and they are currently open. I think for 2026, PTDF scholarship is open. All right, they will sponsor your everything. Everything is covered. Your tuition, your living expenses, everything is covered. Okay. I don't know if the offer is still valid. The offer you got, is it still valid? If it's still valid, you can look for PTDF scholarship and apply for that. Okay, PTDF. Do you understand? That if your offer is still valid for 2026. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Christian, I'm waiting for you. If your offer is still valid, then you can just search for PTDF scholarship. Okay, you can apply for that. That's if your offer is still valid. Okay, so these are some of the programs, okay? These are some of the programs that this University of New Brunswick is. Okay, the offer is not valid. All right, then you can start again. Okay, I wouldn't want you to give up. You can start again. We are still in January, so you can start this January, apply for September intake, or you can apply for January 2027 intake. But if you can't wait for January 2027, then you can apply for September 2026 intake. All right. When you apply for that, your offer comes out. Then, if it comes out very quickly before this PTDF scholarship, before the deadline, then you use your offer letter, because before you apply for any scholarship, both external or internal, you need your offer letter. Some are automatic consideration, okay, but some others that are not automatic consideration, you need an offer letter to be able to apply for that. So you need your offer letter. Get that offer letter, apply for. You can apply for PTDF scholarship if you're in Nigeria, okay? Because what I'm saying that you should start now is it involves you applying. You have to come for interviews, you understand? Okay, Christine, I hope you understood what I said. If you don't understand, still like drop a chat. Now, for some of the programs, they have art and leadership studies programs, business programs, computer science programs. These are the different fields of study that they have. Engineering programs, forestry and environmental management programs, nursing and health programs, science and kinesiology programs, and IGCE additional notes. So what you're interested in, or whichever field of study you're interested in, you click on that to see. right? This is for international admission. This is for computer science. These are some of the subjects you may have done previously for you to qualify to apply for computer science programs. Okay, Christian, you're welcome. I always love to help, right? Thank you so much. When it comes to English language proficiency, most schools in Canada, exemption means you're not to submit any documents. Once, like your documents, they see your documents and see you're from this country, they exempt you totally. Some other times they want you to, they don't exempt you, but they want you to provide a document if you have studied. So if you've studied previously you must have applied, you must have studied in an English speaking institution for more than 2 years within the last 5 years. Okay, so it says here applicants applying from one of the following countries: American Samoa, Anguilla, please pardon my pronunciation, Anguilla, Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Bermuda, Botswana, British Virgin Islands, Canada, Cayman Islands, Dominica, Falkland Islands, Fiji, Gambia, Ghana, Gibraltar, please pardon my pronunciation, Grenada, Guam, Guyana Islands, Jamaica, Kenya, Lesotho, Malta, Mauritius, Montserrat, New Zealand, Nigeria, Pacific Island Trust Territory, Ryukyu Islands, Seychelles, Singapore, South Africa, St. Helena, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Tanzania, Trinidad and Tobago, Turks and Caicos Island, Uganda, United Kingdom, US, Virgin Islands, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. So if you're from any of these countries I have mentioned, then you don't need to provide an English language test or any proficiency. You're completely exempted. So if you're coming from Nigeria, you don't need to submit anything at all, like no documents. Once they see your country, you're exempted. All right. So if after all of this, you are not exempted from providing the English language test, you scroll down here and see the test scores. For Duolingo English tests, you need a minimum overall score of 125 and a minimum sub-score of 105. Then for TOEFL, you need, TOEFL computer-based, you need a minimum score of 213. Then for TWE, you need minimum score of 4.0. Then for internet-based TOEFL, you need a minimum score of 94. All right. Then for paper-based, you need a minimum score of 550. TOEFL ITP is not accepted. For IELTS, you need a minimum overall band score of 7. Online version is not accepted. Then for the Michigan English Language Assessment Battery, you need a minimum score of 85%. For the Canadian Test of English for Scholars and Trainees, you need a minimum score of band 4.5. Then Pearson Test of English Academic, that's PTE Academic, you need a minimum score of 65. Then GRE, you need to review your program. Some programs require it, some do not require. All right. Then for research supervision, like I said earlier, some programs require you to secure a supervisor, while some do not require you to secure a supervisor. So you need to assess your program before you apply. Look through it before you submit your application. Then faculty members are listed under each program. So if you check for your own field of study or for your program and you're required to contact, you click on this to see the faculty members that you can go through them, look through their research work, what they are doing for research. All right. Go through as many as possible. You can even contact up to 5, up to 10 supervisors. All right. So you have to, either you do go through here or you contact the program directly for a list of faculty members. Okay, so this is for duration of graduate programs, financial support. We've seen some of that earlier. They have so many scholarships that they are offering, which we've seen some. All right, so this is it for this. This is it. So if you have any questions, you want to contact the school, you can click here to contact University of New Brunswick. Okay, but if you don't, but I will always advise you to email them, send them an email. They like it when students interact with them, ask them questions. They will say, oh yes, this person is active. All right, ask them questions, let them get to know, like, yes, this particular person, let them get to know. Then what else? Also assess the frequently asked questions. All right, assess there, because there are some questions before you ask your question or before you contact them. Always go through the frequently asked questions. I always mention this in almost all of my videos. Go through the frequently asked questions. All right, and see if there's any useful information, because most of the time some of those questions have been asked and answered in the frequently asked questions. So go through that and see if there's any useful information that you can as well get from it. Then also you contact the university. Most of the times you can contact them to ask them directly. Okay, now for the application process, it's very simple. No application. Some applications are not that simple, but they are simple. It's doable. But I think for most applications in Canada, they are always very simple. So you click on this apply now button when you're ready with all of your applications. All right. You click on this. Then this is for undergraduate studies. Okay, always make sure you're looking at this. Then under undergraduate studies, always make sure you're checking out Canadian applicants and international applicants. So if you're an undergraduate, if you are an international undergraduate student, you click on this to continue with your application. For graduate programs, you scroll down here, click on this as well. If you have completed your first degree and you're ready to continue your studies, your masters, and this and this and this across more than 30 departments, and you click here, graduate studies admissions. Then for faculty of law, they have their own application. You click on law school admissions. Then for exchange students, if you're an exchange student, you click on this. All right. For no degree and visiting students, you scroll down and see what you can do. Online open entry information, you click here to access that. Then you click here for your application. Okay. Then for some of the frequently asked questions I just talked about, these are some of their own is common questions. They are all the same thing. So most schools use frequently asked questions, that's FAQ. Then here we are seeing common questions. All right. How do I submit transcript? Okay, Christian, you're asking where I am. Okay, currently I'm in the UK right now, but very soon I'm coming back because I'm not staying I've finished everything I'm doing, my programs, I'm done with my masters and everything. And I have my family, all right? So I will be coming back very soon to prepare for my PhD, all right? So this is it for this. It's not a very hard process. So if you have, okay, so this is it for this live section. I will also, you can go through some of the other videos I have on my channel. I've talked about loads of other scholarships. You can apply to as many scholarships as possible, okay? You don't need to just apply for one and like that is it. No, apply to as many, 20, 30, 40, 50, 600, even 1,000. There's no how one will not call you. There's no how one will not like call you, 1 or 5. All right, so this is it. I'll be ending this live section for now, and I will see you in my next live. All right.